The Surface Pro 3 is a somewhat large tablet and a very compact and competitively spec'd laptop. It's powerful enough to run games on lower settings, but there's a way to play them on higher quality using Steam's in-home streaming service. It can also run programs like Photoshop and other Adobe software. I'll start out with the specifications. The 12-inch screen is just about the perfect size for mobile computing. Since this is a tablet by design, Microsoft wanted it to be usable in either landscape or portrait mode, so they gave it a 3:2 aspect ratio, as opposed to the traditional 16:9. At first, you might think that this would make games or videos not as enjoyable having the black bars, but the high resolution makes up for that. Since it only weighs 800 grams, or just under 2 pounds, you can carry this between classes or wherever with ease. The battery life is listed as up to 9 hours of web browsing on Microsoft's website. Depending on which model you get, it can have an i3, i5, or i7 processor with 4 or 8 gigabytes of RAM and anywhere from 64 to 512 gigabytes of storage. The ports are pretty straightforward. Although there's only one USB 3.0 port, you can always get a USB hub if you need more, or you can use Bluetooth to connect a mouse or headphones. There's also a mini display port that you can use to output video to other monitors. On the other side of the Surface, there's a volume rocker and a headphone jack. Under the kickstand, there's a micro SD card reader that you can use to extend the storage of the Surface. If you have a camera that takes a normal SD card, like a DSLR, you can use the adapter that some micro SD cards come with to take photos and then just plug the micro SD card straight into the Surface to edit and upload. The fan is usually off unless you're doing something processor intensive like playing a game. When it's on, its volume is similar to a laptop's fan. The pen is one of the things that makes the Surface unique. Sure, you can get a third-party stylus for an iPad, but there's nothing that's really competed with Wacom products in the past. Because I haven't used a Wacom Cintiq, I don't think it's fair to compare the Surface Pro 3 to it, but I would assume that the Surface Pro 3 could be a nice alternative for artists on the go. The pen on the Surface Pro 3 uses different technology than its predecessors, Wacom technology, because they've gone with Intrig instead. Wacom has a problem with parallaxing. The pen tip would misalign with the on-screen ink when near the edge of the tablet. The technology Intrig uses has seemed to greatly reduce this. The nice thing about the Surface Pro 3's pen is that it has a button on top that, when pressed, opens OneNote. OneNote is nice to type and draw notes on, especially for students, but if you want a different program to open when it's pressed, there's a hacky way to change its function. The pen also has 2 side buttons. The bottom one acts as an eraser when held in, and the top will select. I'm guessing that you can change them in a similar way to the top button. The keyboard that you can buy separately comes with a loop that you can stick onto the keyboard, but I think sliding it into the crease looks better and it holds it just as well. If you want to keep it there when the keyboard is open, you won't be able to fold the keyboard up like this. Otherwise, you can put the pen on the magnetic strip where the charger usually goes. One complaint people have is, if it's being compared to a laptop, why is the keyboard sold separately? Although you can use the on-screen keyboard, you really need to get the physical keyboard if you plan on typing anything more than just a username or password. Luckily, right now if you're a student, you can get 10% off. If you get the middle model, that saves you $130, which is the price of the keyboard, as well as $13 from the keyboard. There are 5 different colors you can get. Before the Surface Pro 3 was released, a survey on the Surface's subreddit asked which color of tablet people wanted, and here are the results. There's a magnetic strip on the keyboard that you can snap into the tablet to add stability as well as a slight tilt. There are front and rear facing cameras that are pretty bad quality. They can go up to 5 megapixels, shoot 1080p video, and have stereo speakers. The previous 2 Surfaces didn't have front-facing speakers.
Hello. It's me.
Hey, how are you?
I'm gonna go get coffee.
I like these
color a lot. Is that your piece? This is my piece. Sorry, what is? I call it onlooker. I mean, what is on?
The Surface won't be replacing your desktop anytime soon. Speaking from the i5 model, there's a lot of games that won't run smoothly. Here's an example of me playing Worms Revolution. Now here's an example of me playing Batman Arkham Origins on the lowest settings and a low resolution. I've been able to use Photoshop pretty well, editing some large files. It can also do some basic video editing. However, because the screen is so small and the resolution is so high, the user interface of a lot of software is tiny and does not fit for this device. It's only been out for about a month, so some issues have come up that could be fixed with software updates. I'll just tell you a few that I've experienced. First, sometimes the multi-touch functionality on the keyboard stops working and requires me unplugging it and plugging it back in. Only a few times have I noticed the Surface acting like I'm continuously tapping a spot, making it hard to do anything. To fix that, I just slid my finger over the spot and it seemed to stop. There are 5 different models, starting at $800 and going up to $2,000. The difference lies in the storage, the RAM, and the processors. The storage ranges from 64 gigabytes, which can be extended with a micro SD card, to 512 gigabytes. The RAM is either 4 gigs or 8 gigs, and the processors are either i3, i5, or i7. I got the middle model that has 256 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, and an i5 processor for $1,300. Overall, the Surface Pro 3 is a powerful machine that features a high-resolution touchscreen, a pressure-sensitive pen, a hefty battery life, and a nice keyboard. And a full Windows operating system, so you don't feel at all limited to which programs you can run. If you want to learn more about it, click the on-screen link or the link in the description. I hope this review helped, and thanks for watching.